Permission to be Powerful is a reader-supported publication. To receive new posts and support my work, consider becoming a free or paid subscriber. There are things in this world we take for granted, things we think we understand. I used to think I understood my place in the world. But then, the deeper I looked, the more reality unraveled. Take eels. No one has ever seen them mate. Not in the wild. Not in captivity. Not once in human history. How do they even reproduce? Freud studied eels trying to find their reproductive organs. He failed. What if eels reproduce in a way that defies what we think is possible? What if they reproduce by transforming themselves, like a butterfly? What if they reproduce by subdividing? I wondered about the other things man has never seen. It took me down quite the rabbit hole. We know that more than 80% of the ocean remains unexplored, meaning entire species exist that no human has ever seen. Like deep-sea creatures with bioluminescence, translucent bodies, and alien-like features. What if there were a gigantic predator that uses total darkness and immense pressure to its advantage? What if there's something more terrifying than a megalodon but perfectly adapted to the abyss? Eels exist in a world we barely understand. But what if the universe itself is hiding in plain sight? What if the things we can't see, colors, dimensions, alien life, are shaping reality as we know it? Colors, outside the human spectrum. Take color, for example. Humans see in RGB, red, green, blue. But other creatures can see ultraviolet light. The colors in the infrared and ultraviolet spectrum exist, but our eyes physically can't process them. Possible example. A color so intense, so beyond human perception, that seeing it would feel like touching an idea instead of just looking at it. Life on other planets. We assume life needs water, oxygen, and carbon. But what if entirely different biochemistries exist? Plasma-based entities, or organisms that don't require a physical body as we understand it. Possible example. A sentient gas that communicates through shifting magnetic fields. Something so alien we wouldn't even recognize it as alive. Intelligent life forms that have never contacted us. The Fermi paradox suggests the universe should be full of civilizations, yet we see nothing. What if some civilizations exist outside our reality, in higher dimensions or hidden behind physics we don't understand? What if there were once thousands of civilizations, but they all vanished? What if we're next? Possible example. A hyper-intelligent species that perceives time differently, living entire civilizations in the span of what we'd consider a millisecond. Objects that exist outside of time. What if some objects don't experience entropy and exist in a fixed state forever? What if something is so dense, perfect, or outside our understanding that it remains untouched by time? Possible example. A timeless stone that existed before the universe and will remain unchanged, even after everything else fades into heat death. A natural occurrence that warps reality. Some areas of the universe might have physics-defying properties we've never seen. What if there's a place where gravity pulls sideways, or where time loops infinitely? Possible example. A naturally occurring black hole that erases anything that enters it, past, present, and future, so it never even existed. Edge of the universe, if it has one. Does the universe go on forever, or does it end? If there's an edge, what's beyond it? Possible example. A boundary where space-time folds back on itself, meaning if you cross it, you appear on the opposite side of the universe. Like a cosmic Pac-Man map. An element that shouldn't exist. Scientists predict the island of stability could hold undiscovered super-heavy elements that don't decay instantly. There could be materials that resist gravity, are indestructible, or have quantum properties we've never imagined. Possible example. A liquid metal that never solidifies or evaporates, forever shifting, but always maintaining mass. A sound that can't be heard by humans. Some frequencies are too low, infrasound, or too high, ultrasound, for us to hear. But what if there's a sound so complex and layered, human ears can't even register it? Possible example. A sound so powerful, it induces hallucinations, or directly implants thoughts into the mind. A shadow. Without a source. Shadows exist because something blocks light. But what if a shadow could exist independently? A phenomenon where darkness is cast even when there is no object creating it. Possible example: a floating shadow that moves independently and changes shape without any physical cause. What about other things you can never know? Abstract things, like the lies you tell yourself. Maybe you're not as self-aware as you think. I know lots of people who like to think they're self-aware but, in fact, are the opposite. Maybe you're not as good of a person as you think, and when you die and your life flashes before your eyes, the death rattle, the light in their eyes fading, their last breath. Death is one thing every human will experience, yet nobody can report back on it. It's the ultimate unknown. The one thing every human will experience. But no one knows anything about science can describe what happens biologically when we die. But subjectively, we have no idea. Does consciousness fade to nothing? Does it continue in ways beyond our understanding? The freakiest part? Some near-death experiencers describe feeling more alive than ever. What if consciousness doesn't require a body at all? The farthest depths of space. There is a hard limit to how far we can ever see the edge of the observable universe. There are galaxies so far away their light will never reach us, not even if we waited forever. Inside, black holes. A black hole is not just a place, it's the breakdown of physics itself. As you fall in, time slows to a crawl. You'd see the entire future of the universe play out before you. The gravity is so intense that light itself can't escape, meaning you wouldn't even see your own body. Twist. Some physicists believe black holes might not destroy information. Are black holes portals to other universes? What the fuck are those things? The inside of Jupiter. No human will ever see what's inside Jupiter. The pressure would crush anything before it got there. Beneath Jupiter's cloud layers is a literal ocean of liquid metallic hydrogen. The pressure is millions of times greater than Earth's atmosphere. There might be a rocky core, or nothing but storm after storm down. Twist. What if something exists deep in Jupiter's core? If life could survive the insane gravity, pressure, and energy, it would be like nothing we've ever imagined. The oceans of the solar system Earth isn't the only planet with oceans. Many moons and planets have them, some of them hidden beneath ice. Europa, Jupiter's moon, has a vast ocean beneath miles of ice, and it's the #1 candidate for alien life. Enceladus, Saturn's moon, shoots water into space, suggesting a deep, hidden sea. Even Titan, Saturn's largest moon, has lakes of liquid methane. Twist. Could life exist in these alien oceans? If something is swimming beneath Europa's ice, it would never see sunlight. Could it have bioluminescence, hive mind intelligence, or something even stranger? Animal languages. Humans like to believe we're the only species that can truly talk. But what if we're too dumb to understand animals? Dolphins call each other by name, using unique whistles for specific individuals, speak in full sentences with complex meanings, and can relay detailed instructions to each other. Humpback whales sing elaborate songs that can last for hours and change over time, as if they're evolving. Alex the African gray parrot could identify colors, count, and express frustration. The secrets we keep from ourselves and each other. What if your reality isn't the same as mine? What if I see colors, time, and emotions entirely differently from how you do? What if my blue isn't your blue? We cannot know if we see the same colors, only that we've all learned the same labels. And what about your psychology? The psychopath's reality, pure strategy, no emotion. No guilt, no shame, no hesitation. Other people are just pieces on a chessboard. What would life be like to feel emotionally dead? The enlightened mind, detached from ego and desire. No fear, no attachments, no suffering. Wouldn't that be nice? The schizophrenic's reality, a mind that can't trust itself. To someone with schizophrenia, reality is a fragile thing, changing at any moment. People with Cotard's delusion believe they are already dead, rotting, or missing vital organs. Some stop eating, believing their body doesn't need food. Some think they're trapped in a limbo between life and death. What if men and women are more different than we realize? Women have higher mirror neuron activity. They're wired for empathy and connection. Male and female brains process language differently. Women activate both hemispheres, and men mostly use one. What if men and women were meant to coexist, but never truly understand each other? What if there's been an unbridgeable gap between us this whole time? As a matter of fact, what existed before everything? We assume the universe began with the Big Bang, an explosion, a singularity, the start of time itself. But here's the problem. What came before? Did time even exist? Was there something before nothing? Was the Big Bang just the latest event in an infinite cycle? This is the ultimate unknowable. If the Big Bang created space and time, what was it expanding into? If time didn't exist before the Big Bang, then how could anything begin? If nothing existed before the Big Bang, where did everything come from? Did the universe create itself? Or has something always existed? Was there another universe before ours? One of the leading theories suggests the Big Bang wasn't the beginning, it was just the reset. The universe expands, then collapses into itself, then explodes again, in an endless cycle. This means the universe could be infinitely old. Are we just in one of an endless number of rebirths? Is our universe just one of many? There could be other versions of you, other physics, other realities. Is our universe special, or just one of countless others? How did life form? Could it have happened before? The primordial soup theory. Life formed on Earth from simple chemicals that randomly combined into self-replicating molecules. Given enough time, those molecules evolved into cells, organisms, and eventually, us. But here's the catch. No one knows exactly how that first spark happened. Did life arise by chance, or is there a hidden law of nature that makes life inevitable? Panspermia. Did life arrive from space? Some scientists believe life didn't start on Earth at all. Instead, bacteria, amino acids, or even full organisms arrived here on asteroids. If true, that would mean life could be everywhere. Are we just cosmic hitchhikers riding on space rocks? We like to believe the universe had a clear beginning. That life started with us. That we understand where everything came from. But the truth? We might never know. Maybe it's too big for tiny human minds to comprehend. Lastly, before I go, let me leave you with something even more unsettling. The obvious truths that we are completely oblivious about. What if your memories have lied to you? What if they've been rewritten? What if you were never the person you think you are? What if your consciousness isn't as continuous as you assume? What if you don't love the people you think you love? What if some things aren't just unknowable, but unthinkable? There are some truths so big, the human mind rejects them outright. So what else have we refused to see? Maybe the truth isn't unknowable. Maybe we just can't handle it. Maybe we were never supposed to know until next time. Anton Dancer, writer, Buddhist Permission to be Powerful, is a reader-supported publication. To receive new posts and support my work, consider becoming a free or paid subscriber.